everyone. If you have ever struggled to put money inside of one of your cards and wanted to use it in a creative and different way, this video is for you. Today I'm going to show you 3 really great card ideas on how to incorporate money into your card. If you're new to my channel, my name is Justine. I am a card maker, paper crafter, and stamper, and I mainly focus on cards that people can make with the right supplies. So let's dive right into the video.
Now my next card uses a die from My Favorite Things. This is a gift card die, and I totally recommend this if you like to give away gift cards in your cards. So I'm going ahead and I am cutting this in through the cardstock. So I'm using my window. I'm cutting a window in the front of my card base is what I'm doing. And what's cool is you can buy these plastic pouches that you can stick in a gift card and then add them to your card, and this is a frame to perfectly surround it. So I'm going to make sure that my fold line is nice and creased. So I'm going to grab one of these gift card plastic pouches. You could also use these for shaker cards, which is also super cool. And I'm going to stick a $50 bill in here. Now, just a tip or a trick, you can actually use this for something like 50th birthday, give $50, 20th birthday, add a 20, and you can incorporate the number into the card design. So I've grabbed my money, I have it sitting inside the card pocket. I'm just going to give it a bit of a fold here so that it fits inside, and I'm going to add some liquid glue all around the edges. You could use tape as well, but I like the liquid glue because it gives me a little extra time to kind of wiggle the shape into place. So what I did here was I very carefully kind of started to close the window onto the shaker pouch, and then I closed my card completely, and I would definitely recommend sitting something heavy on top of it like an acrylic block, because if you don't, you're going to end up with popping this off of the card like mine just did. So definitely grab that acrylic block and place it on top as a weight.
So sometimes a gift, like a gift card or money, can be seen as a little impersonal to someone. However, I believe that putting the effort into the card that you're making can really offset that impersonal tone that a monetary gift can give, which is why I love incorporating this into some handmade card designs.
So when you're all finished doing this, the rest is kind of just decorating the card. So I'm going ahead, and this also comes with the gift card dies, and it is a frame. So I'm going to go ahead and glue this frame around the gift card pocket. This will allow the edges of that gift card pocket to stay hidden. And then I'm going to add one to the front of the card as well around the area that I die cut for the window, just to keep things a little uniform and a little bit more polished when they're all finished. For the sentiment, I'm going to be using this birthday die from the Ton, which is super cool because it allows you to be able to stamp in 2 colors. And I showed this on my channel a little while ago with another sentiment set. So I'm stamping all of these smaller areas. I'm going to do it a couple of different times here so I get a solid image. All I need to do after that is line up the rectangles with the second stamp set. So easy to line up. It's almost like a layering die or a layering stamp in a way it is. And now I'm going to stamp in with some Altenew gold ink, and I'm going to stamp inside. So this allows me to have that black small fine text and then the scripty text in a different color. So that's really cool. Now that's not the only cool part about this. I think the coolest part about it, of course, is that it has a coordinating die. Again, all you have to do is line up the rectangle and the circle on the left-hand side with your die, and it will line up your dies perfectly every time. Just add a little piece of tape to secure it in place before sending it through your die cutting machine, and you're going to get a whole bunch of sentiments in one shot. I like to keep a little jar on my desk now, or a little bowl filled with all these sentiments and letters and things that I can cut out with all the new layering dies from the Ton, because you stamp once and you get a whole bunch. So that's super cool. Alright, so you can see here after I finished die cutting how many sentiments that I got. Now another thing that I did was I added an accent. This is a build a flower in a die cut form. I've used it several times on my channel. It's the Peony 3D die from Altenew. And all you do is you cut each layer of the flower and you just build it up in layer by layer, and it comes with a layering guide and everything, and you get these really beautiful flowers. So I'm doing this all in red and gold. So here is a final look at that really pretty card with the shaker window with money inside.
I wanted to mention that today's video is actually a collaboration video with my friend Carly. She's an amazing card maker, and I always love her clean and simple designs. Now she's going to be focusing on supplies that you can get your hands on for card making that are specifically meant for the purpose of giving a monetary gift. So be sure to check her out after you're finished my video. I will have her linked below in the video description.
Alright, so I'm starting off with a $100 Canadian bill since it's of no use to me here in Germany. Now if you're using Canadian money, the nice thing is all of our money is the same size, so you can supplement any bill for this activity. If this doesn't happen to work in your currency, I would Pinterest or Google it because a heart is generally the most popular thing that you can find when it comes to folding money. Now, Canadian money is a little bit weird and it's made with this magic material that when you wash your money, it no longer shreds it to pieces, which is really handy but also terrible for origami. So I'm going in and I'm folding the left and the right side to the best of my ability, and you'll see I'm running my fingers over and over again on the folds because that's what it takes to dent this money. It's like indestructible currency. If only it lasted this long in my pocket. So I'm going ahead, I've added those two little folds there on the left and the right side, and then I'm going to go ahead and flip my money over, and I am going to fold in the right and left corner towards the center. It's almost like making a paper airplane. I don't know about you, but I was never all that great at doing that. And I am going to just fold them up towards the center. So with this heart, I'm going to secure things in with Scotch tape, and again, it's because of the material of the money that you really need to do this, and it just makes things a whole lot easier when you're finished. So now I'm going to flip my origami, or not flip, but rather rotate, and then I'm going to push the bottom piece up here. You'll notice now that we folded our money a few times now, this is actually a double layer. So we have a solid layer, and then we have these two flaps sticking out from the area that we folded upwards. So I'm going to do a little folding here, and because my fingers are in the way and holding, I'm going to show you what it's look like when it's all taped up. So you'll look on the left side right now and you'll see that I just folded the corner upward here, and that it kind of made the sides of the top of the heart. And then I'm going to fold in these pieces here, and when you flip it around to the front, you're really going to be able to see the shape of your heart kind of transforming, and things should take place quite naturally here at this point. So all I'm going to do is secure those two tabs in place, and then I'm going to get rid of the pointy corners on the top by just folding those over a bit too and attaching them with some tape. Now, as I said, there are tons of shapes out there. If you go on Pinterest and take a look, you can get sailboats and ties and shirts and dresses, all sorts of things that you can do with money. Now, I do recommend that you follow things in your own currency because I found when I was going through quite a lot of the origami tutorials to learn how to do this, it didn't work with Canadian money. So now I have myself a little basic heart and I'm ready to complete the card. Now I'm going to complete the card super easily here by adding a piece of patterned paper to the front of my cardstock. This is one of my favorites from Tonic Studios. It's a gold quatrefoil type pattern, so it has a foiled gold pattern, which is really awesome and elegant. Now once that is attached to the card, I'm going to add a piece of black cardstock to the center just so I don't get my $100 bill would get lost really on that patterned paper. So I'm just adding a small piece of black paper, 2.5 by 3.5 is what it measures, and then I'm just going to stick the heart on top and complete it with a birthday sentiment from the sentiment that I just cut out. Now here is a final look at the card that we just created here with a really cool origami bundle. The origami heart I did stick down with some Scotch tape.
So I always ask a question throughout my videos for you to answer in the comments below, and my question today is, what is the best thing that you have ever handmade for someone as a gift? You never know, we might get a couple hundred comments with ideas on what we can do for our next gift giving project.
Now, if you go onto Pinterest and you Pinterest search money and card making, you will definitely see a lot of cards that use these as candles. So I wanted to take it to a bit of a different level. So I'm going ahead and I'm rolling up my money into little rolls here, and then I'm going to secure it with a little bit of tape. I'm going to make a few of these here off to the side, just so you don't have to watch me roll up a whole bunch of money. So I found when I was going to put the cards together that they looked a little bit weird, and I didn't like that they just had this color and pattern from the money. So I decided to grab a piece of Altenew washi tape, and this is thicker washi tape. It's about 2 inches thick, this one here. And I'm just going to roll the candles in here, which is what they're going to be, these little rolls of money. And I'm just going to roll them in some washi tape. And then I'm going to use a little bit of liquid glue though to make sure that that washi tape stays in place. And I'm going to wrap each one of my candles using this washi tape. So using some double-sided tape, I adhered these 3 candles to my card and I tried to evenly space them as best as possible. And I just went ahead and cut out some flames by hand to add on top, but if you have a stamp that would work too. Just make sure you stamp before you add the candles because it won't be able to stamp on such a flat surface because the candles are going to be too bulky. Then I'm adding one of those sentiment stamps that we cut out in the beginning and adding that to the front. So this is a pretty quick, easy, and simple card when it's all finished. Now to ensure that these candles here stay in place for the long haul, I went ahead and I added an acrylic block to the front here. It'll help adhere that sentiment down as well and make sure everything stays in place. So here is a look when I've added all of the custom flames. So what I like most about this card is the fact that it doesn't require a lot of supplies. So you can use some washi tape, you can cut out some flames from yellow construction paper, and aside from the sentiment, of course, you could just handwrite a sentiment or stamp one down if you don't own this stamp. It's not a big deal. So that's the end of the card here. I hope you enjoyed that. In order to top it off, I thought it looked a little too plain for me. I added a gold frame with a black mat to the front. So just cutting out some rectangles with some cardstock, just to really give it a little bit of a tie-in with that gold flame.
Thank you so much for watching today's video. Don't forget to check out the recommended video that I had for you before, which shows you how you can creatively give away a gift card as well. So thank you again for watching. I hope you all have an amazing weekend. Bye for now.